welcome to Discussing Fitchburg Now. This week's show is all about culture, art and culture. We're going to start with talking about the Fitchburg Art Museum and the new gallery installation. What do you call it? What's
exhibition?
Exhibition, the new exhibition at Fitchburg Art Museum that's coming up starting February 9th. And then in the second half of the show, we're talking with the Fitchburg Cultural Council Chair, Joe Bowen, talking about all the things that the Cultural Council is funding. So to start, we have Jesse Olson, the events manager and membership manager of the Fitchburg Art Museum, and Candace Bain-Carey, our Tirana Curatorial Fellow. So, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming and representing the Fitchburg Art Museum, my favorite museum of all museums.
It's a great place to be, and there's so many exciting things happening. So,
I love how there's always a new exhibition.
Yes.
Like what is it? 4 times a year? There's a new exhibition in one gallery, and then there's a new one a few times a year, and another one.
We rotate the Simons Gallery 3 times a year, and then the Anson, the downstairs, which a lot of people see because that's where we have a lot of events, rotates about twice a year, and the connector also is about 3 times a year. So.
And then the community gallery, which is, I don't know, every 2 months?
Or 6 weeks almost, depending on the show.
There's always a new thing at Fitchburg Art Museum.
I like to keep it exciting.
Oh, yes. So we just took down the last exhibition, which was the interior effects.
Yes, which was the furniture show, and that
was the Gardner theme.
Yes,
furniture show.
Celebrated Chair City and furniture manufacturing and connecting it to contemporary art, and that closed January 13th. Yes, and now we're heading into our spring exhibition.
Fire and Light.
Fire and Light.
With the work of Otto Pina, and we're really excited about it. Yeah.
Let's see. Do we have a couple pictures? Let's see which one's the Otto Pina. We have we got a bunch of pictures uploaded here.
That's from Broad Strokes.
Yeah.
And
what else do we got here? On the scrolling feed, we have the Egypt.
Yes.
The kids love that.
Oh, kids love it.
That's my daughter's favorite.
That was interior effects.
Yeah, here's interior effects. This show closed. If you missed it, you missed out because that was a good one. Let's see.
There we go.
Here it is.
Yes.
Yes. So this is the Otto Pina.
Otto Pina.
Otto Pina.
Yeah.
Fire and Light. Now, what's this going to be all about?
So Otto Pina is an internationally renowned artist, German-born. He was really influential and was at the forefront of integrating art and technology. So we're really excited to have him at the museum. He creates a lot of really immersive work, as you can see with this picture.
What is going on in this picture? Is it something people walk through and there's like?
So this is
lighting, and
this is a whole light installation, which we are actually going to have our version at the Fitchburg Art Museum for this exhibition.
So it's going to be dark and light and colorful.
And you can walk through it. These are all different projections of hand-painted slides that he does about. I think there's about a little over 1,000 of hand-painted slides that he does, and they're all projected.
So that eye thing that's projected.
Yep. Yeah. So that's inflatable. So some of his works are inflatable sculptures, which we're going to also have one in the lobby, which will be really interesting.
So you'll be able to like go up to it and manipulate it by putting your hand up?
It's actually animated by a blower that kind of blows air into it, right? So it's very interactive, and it really responds to the space and the architecture. So a lot of his works are very, like I said, very immersive, and it's going to be fun.
Cool. And that's going to be all in the upstairs space.
Yep. We'll have one inflatable sculpture downstairs in the lobby area, but the rest of it's going to be upstairs in the contemporary galleries.
And that's just one room. There's paintings and...
Yep.
And this is an example of something he's done somewhere else. Ours is going to be new.
Well, so this is an example of Proliferation of the Sun, which was a huge light installation and performance that he did multiple times and kind of adjusted it throughout the year. So in 2014, right before he died, he did this. He did Proliferation of the Sun in Berlin. So he's, like I said, an internationally renowned artist. He was very active in Europe. He co-founded an avant-garde group in the 50s and 60s that was really interested in kind of pushing the bounds of painting and also experimenting with new media. So one of the things you'll see in our exhibition are his fire paintings, which are equally as beautiful as this.
Are they paintings?
They're paintings, yeah. So what he did was he was really interested in kind of using new media in painting. So one of the things that he did was he sprayed a fixative and lit it on fire.
Ooh.
And also was using oil paint, which is also flammable, and would kind of like manipulate the canvas so that it would make these like really interesting marks.
So it's like melted, burned.
Yeah, so you can
color.
like see the charred marks. It's actually, the curator and I were even considering showing the backs of the paintings, because the backs of the paintings kind of have these really interesting marks also. But they're very, very large paintings.
You as the curators kind of determine how you display the gallery.
Yeah, yeah. It's a big feat too, because Otto Pina is like I said, a renowned artist, and he died in 2014. So we've been working with the estate and really hoping to, honor his wishes for how he would want his work to be displayed. He actually really wanted
is there like a list of things that you got to do? Or
no
is
list.
It kind of like
I wish there was a list. That might have been a little bit easier. No, we're just consulting with a lot of. He was actually really collaborated with a lot of people. He was affiliated with MIT for a while. He was the director of the Center for Advanced Visual Studies for about 20 years. So a lot of those people are still around, so we've been really honored to be able to collaborate with them, and some of them are helping us with installation, which has been really nice. And yeah, it's interesting to hear about someone, hear about an artist from those who worked so closely with him. Yeah.
So what's it going to look like as we go through the different rooms? Are they going to be treated differently?
You have to come to the exhibition to find out. Well, we are going to have, so this is a good look at
a kind of dark and light space.
So as you can see,
that sounds cool, because there you really just have a well lit. It's often at the art museum is a well lit area where you can see the art.
Yes.
But this was more of an experience.
Yeah. So Otto was really interested in kind of this participatory nature of art. So he really puts the viewer into that installation. Specifically with this, but even his paintings are massive, and they just really like suck you in. So there's going to be all these different kind of immersive experiences that you are going to be able to have.
Like that black and white show.
Oh yes,
with those
large.
Those paintings were enormous,
Shelley Reed,
right?
Yes.
What was it?
Shelley Reed.
Yes.
Yes.
Are they that big?
Some of them, yes.
Cool. And so that is coming February 9th. That'll be open.
Yes, we're actually having an opening for that day on Saturday. It's a Saturday. Normally we have our openings on Sundays, but we're having a Saturday opening, February 9th. It starts at 3 and goes till 5, and we're having. You'll get to see the artwork, but we're also having Finicky Fork Catering Company do our food. Yep. So
with their fancy little display of all kinds of awesome food.
Yes. So we're very excited. So.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it'll be a good event.
It's in my mental calendar.
Oh, great. Yes, and it's free for all FAM members, but free with admission. So all our galleries will be open, but you'll get to see the Otto Pina artwork.
So free if you're a Fitchburg Art Museum member.
Yes.
Or what does it cost to just if you just want to come in, you're not a member? How much is it?
Our regular admission is $9 for adults, $5 for seniors and students, and children under 12 are free.
And if you're a resident of Ward 4B in Fitchburg,
yes, you are free.
You are free.
Yes.
Any other freebies?
Oh, we have some reciprocal. There's a NARM membership that other art museums have reciprocal.
NARM.
The North American Reciprocal Museum. So there's several different museums, and
So if I'm a member of Fitchburg Art Museum, I can
at a certain level. It's a contributor and above. We offer reciprocal admissions to it's almost 1,000 museums in North America.
Nice.
Yes.
And the Fitchburg Public Library probably has.
They have passes. Yeah, a lot of
passes.
local towns: Fitchburg, Leominster, Ashby, Ashburnham. So yeah.
I mean, if you're concerned about the price and you just want to come to the art museum and check it out, you can probably get a pass at the Fitchburg Public Library, because the Friends of the Fitchburg Public Library help to fund that program.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's a good event. I mean, you get to see the museum, but you also, like I said, get to enjoy the party. So yeah.
And then after the party, it's just open.
Yes.
Let's see. When is the art museum open?
We're open Wednesday through Sunday. Wednesday through Friday, we're open 12 to 4, and then on Saturdays and Sundays, we're open 11 to 5.
Closed Monday and Tuesday.
Closed Monday and Tuesday, yes.
And actually, every first Thursday, you're open free to the public.
We're open free from 3 to 7.
From 3 to 7.
But we're open late, and the Fitchburg Farmers Market is part of our first Thursday, and we actually, for our next one, we're a little right before Auto Pina's opening, we're celebrating Black History Month and having a featured tour with our consulting curator of African art of our new African exhibit, moving African and oceanic art.
Oh yeah.
Yes, of moving objects.
That's
so
the picture of it looks like a rabbit guy.
yes, yes, yes.
What is it supposed to be?
That's is it the night
Can you pull
mask?
up?
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
a
a
night
Can you
mask.
pull
the
up
bathing
the
mask.
picture of the stuffed animal looking guy there?
That's actually, I think that's oceanic, right? That's the.
Is that what I'm? Yeah, this
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
So
Is this it? Is this
yes. So that's
African and
So
oceanic?
Jean Borgatti, our curator of African art, really curated this whole thing, and she's the expert to talk to
yes.
on it.
But I believe it is.
So
I
is this in
believe.
addition to the African kind of a permanent installation?
So so we had Global Africa
Yes.
before, and then we changed it.
So every 4 years we rotate
Yes.
it.
Oh,
Because we
and
have-
it's new now.
Yes, so we have quite the African art collection, and
Yes.
this way we
Yeah.
can see many different pieces of it, and yeah, so they're not. So you can see not just African too, because the oceanic is from other places. So
Oh yeah. Let's see. What else? Let's talk about another exhibit. Let's see another picture. What else do we got here?
Eleanor.
We have the Evoking Eleanor. Yeah, that one. That's a permanent exhibit.
That is, yes.
Yeah.
Although there's going to be
on the fairly newly renovated second floor.
yes
Of the original
yes.
building.
But there might be some little,
Ooh, some changes.
well, not changes, but little special things coming up in the next year or so. So
Ooh, special
yes,
things.
yes. So stay tuned.
Oh, so
Yes.
pay attention to the Fitchburg Art
Yes.
Museum, and you can you can check it out on your newly
Our new website.
renovated
Yes,
website, which
yes.
is great.
Great. Yes,
Yeah.
it's great. It is.
You can sign up for the Google Calendar.
Yeah. Yes. And also follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So
Oh, yeah.
where we post all our upcoming
places.
events, and yeah.
Here, how about this one, Matt? Can you pull this one up on the screen? This is the new Connector Gallery. Candace is your gallery, right?
Not my gallery. That sounds pretty nice, though. This is so part of my fellowship is that I get to curate a show on my own. They take the training wheels off, and I get to curate my own show. So this is Broad Strokes, which is featuring work from our permanent collection.
Oh, okay.
And it's all American painting from the late 19th and early 20th century, which is.
Do you get to choose the show that you do?
I do, yeah. So that's part of the curatorial process.
So you get to walk through the vast gallery of awesome collection.
Yeah, which has been really
And pick.
interesting to me, and it's really great to once you get to know a museum's collection and kind of, yeah.
So what's the feel of this Broad Strokes?
Well, I painted it bright yellow.
Yes, it is very bright. It's a fun.
But
That's going to be a happy.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's also during the springtime, and
When's it coming out?
so it opens the same day as Fire and Light
February
for the
9th.
Auto Pina, February 9th. So it'll be the same opening reception, and yeah, so it's all work from our permanent collection. The this time period that I'm looking at is actually like a really interesting and exciting time for American painting. They're kind of coming into their own and trying to figure out what is American painting, or what does that look like, right? So you see a lot of artists that were suddenly able to travel abroad, are kind of borrowing different styles and have different influences from Europe, like Impressionism and
Like a Monet, that kind of, I don't know.
yeah. So there's going to be some heavy hitters in there. We have a Georgia O'Keeffe. Our Georgia O'Keeffe is coming out.
The ones that look like flowers.
Yeah.
Yes, but we also have work from lesser-known artists that were also during that time period, and you can kind of see them engaging in the same conversations as their, modernism was just kind of presenting itself to America.
And so will you be giving a curatorial tour of?
I am not. I don't think for broad strokes, but I will. We have a lot of programming events for Otto Pina.
Oh yeah, I saw light robots.
Yeah.
Now, what is light robots? Because I don't know what it is, and I want to go.
But you're excited about it.
Yeah,
That's what we're going for. So the light robots are. So he does these immersive installations. So part of them are these light ballets, where he's created these kind of light sculptures that are perforated metal that project light onto different patterns of light onto the wall.
Oh, cool.
And so inside these light sculptures are these rotating light bulbs that are, as they're moving about, they're creating this beautiful light ballet. Yeah. So it's another one of these very immersive
And so
environments
light
that it
robots,
creates.
you can see that Sunday, March 24th at 1:30 at the Art Museum. And then let's see, we have The Legacy of Otto Pina.
Yep, so we'll have a panel discussion, which will involve a lot of those people who worked with him and collaborated with him, giving different perspectives on his work.
And
his
that's
legacy.
Saturday, April 6th. There's a Sky Art event on Saturday, April 27th.
Yes.
An Otto Pina inflatable sculpture will be flown in an outdoor event at Low Playground.
Yeah, so I think I was mentioning we're going to have an inflatable sculpture in the lobby. So we're actually going to be flying one of these these inflatable sculptures, and they're massive. So this was kind of part of his participatory philosophy on art. And he would do these sky events kind of like throughout his career. And one of them was over the Charles River, that he was doing these large inflatables over the Charles River at one point while he was working at MIT. But it really engaged the student population, and we're really hoping to get some Fitchburg people involved. And
yeah, that sounds cool.
So it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, and you can see all of these events on the Fitchburg Art Museum website. What's the URL?
FitchburgArtMuseum.org.
FitchburgArtMuseum.org. There's an events page. It's great. You can you can sync it right up to your calendar.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, what else should we talk about? Should we talk about the Age of Aquarius?
We can talk about our big event, yeah. Yes.
I have my mod dress.
Oh, fun.
All right, I've
Yes.
got a bunch. I'm thinking, I'm looking at them.
going.
All right, the 60s. I'm going to put my hair in a little bob thing.
Oh, fun.
Right, it sounds like fun. So, here it
Yes.
is. Saturday, March 9th from 6 to 9 p.m.
Yes.
The big party. A 60s party.
It's a 60s party. Last year we started the night at the museum, and we did the 20s,
Yeah.
and everybody thought it was a lot of fun to do a decade. And so when we were trying to pick a theme, we thought decades is a very fun theme. People dress up. You can tailor cocktails around it, and knowing Otto Pina was coming in and that it had all this light and color, we thought, groovy and trippy.
Yeah.
So, and plus 1969 was a pretty big year, so we're kind of tying into the 50th anniversary of the moon landing and Woodstock.
Ooh.
So
Perfect.
Yes, so you can come dressed as a hippie, you can be Maud, you could be Jackie O, you could be
Oh yeah, hey, Jackie O.
yeah, there's so many different options. We have WICN from Worcester is providing us with a great playlist of music running the gamut of the decade, because you have everything from the Beatles to the Rolling Stones to Jimi Hendrix to Woodstock.
Janis Joplin.
Exactly. So there'll be music to dance to. We're going to have food that's interpreting because some of the food of the 60s was a little interesting. But,
like what?
well, actually, that's where onion dip started.
Really?
Yep. And
Onion dip.
it was very popular to have celery with cream cheese and a lot of processed food.
I have been watching Mad Men, and he gets the little dip thing.
Yep.
It's such a big deal.
The chips and dip. Yeah. Yeah, and obviously from Mad Men, there's a lot of cocktails with bourbon and gin and.
Yeah, I need those dresses.
Yes, it's a fun theme. So we thought between the music and the food and just it's a good fun night out at the museum.
And so what's the cost?
So it's $50 a ticket, but we have sponsorship opportunities starting at $250, and they come with ticket packages, and it helps to support the museum. So
nice.
Yes.
So you can sponsor it. You can go right to the Fitchburg Art Museum website and sign a link and
and then we have
able to sponsor, because right now what is Fitchburg State University a sponsor?
Yep, and Representative Stephen Hay, the mayor, Advent Financials, and I am.
And I'm sure there's more. You can go to the website. You can see all the sponsors.
And follow the Facebook event, because we've been posting some fun trivia, things about fashion, things about things that happened in the 60s, and then we've been trying to give a shout out to all our sponsors. So
cool.
Yeah.
Groovy. Groovy.
Yes. Yeah. It's a lot. So it'll be a nice night at the museum.
Awesome. And then we have Art and Bloom. That's my favorite.
Yes.
That'll be so cool to do the Art and Bloom with the light installations.
Yes.
How are you gonna tailor your flower arrangement to a light? A sculpture?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be cool.
Yeah. We work with the Laurelwood Garden Club as well as some other local designers and florists, but they are very clever. Even when we had the black and white Shelley Reed, the way they could interpret black and white with so much color. They are very imaginative, and every year
I'm really excited to see what they come up with.
The Art and Bloom is my favorite because you not only get the experience of the exhibits at the Art Museum, but you get another new piece of art that's only going to be there a few weeks, and it's interpreting the art that you have at the museum, so you get to see it through someone else's eyes. But you're also looking at a different medium piece of art. It's my favorite. I love Art and Bloom. It's my absolute favorite.
And it's amazing how you'll see these interpreters. They find one element in an artwork that you never see, and
you're like, oh, I see it.
Well, and even our Discover Ancient Egypt, which is one of our permanent collections and has been there for a long time, they love to interpret that. And I've seen some of our interpreters they research plant life that was local to ancient Egypt, and they find material that you would have found. So does
Art and Bloom go all the way to Egypt too?
It does. Every gallery. We do.
I don't think I've ever walked to the Egypt where they're doing Art and Bloom.
Oh, yes. And actually this year, we hope. We've selected a few of the pieces. We haven't finished selecting all our pieces, but we have a mummification diorama.
Yes.
We're asking someone to interpret that. So
dried flowers.
It could do. There's so many possibilities.
First thing comes in my head.
Yes. We'll see. But we actually have, if you think about it, since last year we have 4 new exhibits to interpret, because we have a new African show, the photography show in the Anson Gallery.
We have the new community gallery, Instagram Central Mass.
Well, it will be a different show then, but we do have that's another.
During Art and Bloom,
but we'll have Autopenia and we'll have Broadstroke, so there's a lot new to interpret and see.
So when does Art and Bloom? That's April sometime?
That starts April 25th. Actually, the Sky Art event that's going to happen in Low Park is going to happen the Saturday of that weekend.
Oh, okay. So it opens the Thursday.
It opens the Thursday.
No, that's not Thursday.
It's no.
But it'll be there for first Thursday in May.
It's only 4 days. It goes April 25th to April 28th.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and our champagne reception, where we announce the winner of the juried winner, is on April 26th at 6 p.m.
Friday.
Friday, yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds good.
It is going to be good, and I think
I like champagne reception. That sounds fancy.
it's a nice event. So, and if we always welcome new interpreters. So if anybody would like to interpret some of our artwork,
in the form of
Yep.
a flower sculpture.
Yes, we will publicize the list of available artworks on Friday, February 25th. So people can come to the museum or they can email the museum and get more information.
Yep, and
So.
Laurel, you can also
Or
go to the Laurelwood Garden
Yes.
Club and talk to them.
Yes, and they meet every second Friday at the museum, and they welcome new members all the time. So,
Great.
yes,
Yeah. Nice.
yes.
I should also mention, if you're interested in the Sky event, you can email me at fellow@fitchburgartmuseum.org.
Fellow@fitchburgartmuseum.org.
Yep.
That's easy to remember.
Yes.
For the sky art.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
What?
So we'll need participants for it.
Ooh, like what?
So we'll be flying.
flying?
We're flying this large
Like
scale
a kite,
inflatable.
like holding.
Yeah,
kite?
like a kite attached to the ground, just for safety measures. But yeah, so it's kind of like this huge participatory event where you lift it up into the air. So it'll be about 60 feet high in the air.
Right. In the open field area.
Yeah.
The basketball court. Kind of?
And our education director is actually doing some really great things with some events for the kids to also be drawing the sculpture as it's flown. So it's going to be a really fun day.
Yes.
Sky event.
The Sky event. So that's Saturday, April 27th. Yes.
Yep.
And then you can go see Art in Bloom and get a full day at FAM.
It's perfect.
Yes.
You can go to the champagne reception beforehand
Yes.
at 6
Yeah.
on Friday.
Hopefully not too much champagne while you.
And then you'll be there Saturday at 1:30 for the Sky event on the 27th. There's
Yes.
all kinds of good
Yeah.
opportunities.
Yes. Yeah.
I love all the events too.
Yes. Well, yes, we've got events back to back. So
I like
Yeah.
to go to the museum during the events because then you have a good excuse to go and then you get to see everything.
yes,
It's perfect.
and we have a great community that comes and makes it a fun event and fun party. So
Yep.
yeah.
And there's usually food and there's usually beer and wine
yes,
during the events.
yes, we do not.
during the
yes, yes. But
Otherwise, no food, no drink.
right. Well, we do have a little coffee bar, but yeah, we don't have unlike some museums, we don't have a cafe, but we.
Some museums have a cafe.
Yes, but
Ooh.
but we are very fortunate that we have many local restaurants that we
Like
can.
Strong Style Coffee?
Yes,
No,
that
that recently opened in Fitchburg, yeah.
Yes, we do like to encourage our visitors to support other Fitchburg businesses. So
Yeah. You put out a nice kind of map of
Yes.
other things that you can do while you're here in Fitchburg.
yes,
That's nice.
yeah, because we do often get people from out of town who are discovering the area and want.
Where can I go
yeah,
for lunch?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's it. It's a great draw. Anything else that we haven't touched on for the Fitchburg Art Museum?
Well, we could just make a little plug for the regional show. That
Ooh, when's the
Sure.
regional show?
So that's June 21st, I believe.
is the opening. That's yeah. But people can start
For the
4th
84th
Yeah.
regional
84th
show.
regional
Yeah.
exhibition show.
Yes.
And
So-
this is something that anyone from 20 cities and towns near
Within 30
30
mile
miles,
radius.
yep.
30-mile radius.
Yes.
We're very
You
strict
can-
on the 30 miles too.
Huh?
So we're very strict on the 30 miles too.
Is that as the crow flies?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we'll see as it comes in.
And so this is something that everyone can participate in. You submit your work to be able to be chosen
Yep, so
by
we'll have
judged,
a-
panel.
Yeah, so we'll have a juror that
juror.
will select the work, and it's an outside juror. We're still confirming who's going to jury this year. And then they select the work, and I will actually be involved in
Curating the
it.
show.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, which is always exciting because it's, someone else is choosing the work and you're kind of removed from that process a little bit, but it's a challenge in its own, right?
Right.
And a lot of different kinds of work.
That's
go
a good
into
opportunity
Yeah.
exists in challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for the 84th regional exhibition, is this any art or photography?
so
like
we-
what are the parameters for
There
artists?
are not many parameters, as far as I know. It's just, we welcome all different kinds of mediums, and we do call it the Regional Art and Craft.
Art and Craft.
So we want to respect that there is also a tradition of craft in this region. So I'm excited to see what this year brings.
Yeah.
Who was the winner from last year?
Carrie Crane.
Carrie Crane, yeah.
So the winner every year has a featured exhibition in the smaller gallery, and so last year Carrie Crane was the winner.
Yeah, and so our director actually curates that show for them.
What was her?
Her piece was, I'm trying to remember.
Was it mixed media?
Yeah, it was like a mixed media. I don't think I would be doing it justice. I was just starting as when the past regional show. So the past regional show was curated by the past fellow who was before me.
Yeah, are all the Tirana fellows?
Yeah, so the fellows are kind of tasked with this big feat of an exhibition, which is I forget how many works we had last year, but I think it was like 200.
Yeah,
right?
I think it was one of the highest. We had a lot of submissions. And, which is great because it just shows how many artists live in this area.
Right.
Yeah. And every year the juror's different, so it's a different show every year. Because
it's not the same tastes.
Yeah.
It's not the same people.
Right.
Yes. And the opening is just another fun party. It's our summer party, and it's at night, and
it's really to celebrate the artists in our region,
and there's food and drink
and it's
fun.
very close to Eleanor Norcross's birthday, so in a way we're kind of
double party.
We're giving her a little.
Oh, it's her birthday party.
Yeah.
I was there last year. It was awesome.
Nice.
Great.
Yes.
All right. So the Fitchburg Art Museum. They are right on Elm Street. What's the address?
185 Elm Street.
185 Elm Street in Fitchburg, right behind the post office, right in the Upper Common, and they are open Wednesday through Sunday. And if you're a Fitchburg Art Museum member, you can get in there for free.
Anytime.
Anytime.
Yes.
And otherwise, you can see all the great events that they have going on at fitchburgartmuseum.org.
Yes.
On the new website, all kinds of pictures, all kinds of events, great information, good stuff. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Candace, for coming on. And
thank you, Sam.
telling us about the new Auto Pina. I can't wait for that. That'll be fun.
It'll be great.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to take a short break, and then we'll come back, and we're going to put more culture at you when we talk about Fitchburg Cultural Council, all right? We'll see you.
Hello and welcome to FATV, Fitchburg Access Television. Each week we take pride in providing some of the best public access television programs in New England. From FATV live sporting events, city meetings, and school functions, to weekly shows such as Barbara and You, Inside and Discussing Fitchburg, Sports Weekly, Weekly Wellness, and Our City. Our dedicated staff of industry professionals and hard-working volunteers is here each week working behind the scenes, making it all happen. Besides on air, our programming is also shown live online, where you can see our shows in beautiful high definition. You can also search through our archive of past shows and watch anytime at your leisure. But did you know you can also be part of the action? Become a member of FATV, and you gain access to all the equipment, studio space, and classes that FATV has to offer. You can create your own show, volunteer for exciting live events in our studio, or all around the city in our high-quality mobile broadcast truck. The possibilities are endless. For a small fee, you can become an individual member. Or for a little more, you and a group of friends can become part of a rising trend in the future of television. From sports shows to news shows, civic events, and talk shows, you can be in the driver's seat by directing and even starring in your own production. Also, students are free. FATV staff can assist you by getting your new show up and running with professional industry standard equipment, TV studio time, and private editing suites. All you need are friends to help out, and before you know it, you will be on the air. So if you have a great idea for a TV show and want to share it with the world, stop by 175 Kimball Street, Fitchburg for a free tour of our facility. You can also contact us at 978-343-0834 or email us at info@fatv.org. Fitchburg Access Television, working together for a stronger community.
And hello, welcome back to Discussing Fitchburg Now. I'm your host, Sam Squalia. Culture, we're talking about culture in Fitchburg. We just spoke about art with the Fitchburg Art Museum, and now I have the man of culture, the chairman of the Fitchburg Cultural Council, Joe Bowen. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me on.
All right,
Happy to be here as always.
I love this time of year when we get to hear about all the awesome events that are going to be happening in the next year, right?
Yeah,
Am I right?
we have
We have a lot of
11%
events.
more events this year than last year.
11% more events.
That's right.
Where do you come up with this statistic? How does that?
Statistics are my thing.
Well, you know what they say is 27% of statistics are made up on the spot.
Right.
So,
no, but this is actually for real.
Do we have more money, just more events?
We got more money. Thanks to the support of Steve Hay, our state rep, and our Senator Dean Tran and the rest of the state legislature. They appropriated an additional $2 million to the Mass Cultural Council, which provides the funds to the local cultural councils, of which Fitchburg Cultural Council is one of them.
So how much additional did Fitchburg Cultural Council get this year?
We got approximately $2,000 more to give out. I know it sounds small. When we're looking at $2 million.
That's got to spread across
there's 351 communities
Yeah.
with local cultural councils, but the Mass Cultural Council also has several other grant programs of their own that are outside of the local cultural council program.
Okay.
So,
Well, two grand is $2 grand.
It's
That's
it's
two
a lot.
concerts.
It is.
Or
it is.
four.
Or for smaller programs.
Yeah, I guess we'll learn about
which we're going to
exactly
get
how much those dollars can be spread.
Yeah. So this year we were able to fund 52 programs.
52 programs.
Which is up 11% from last year. It's a true number.
I like it.
But we also had an increase of applications we got 69 applications this year. Another, coincidentally, an 11% increase.
Is it?
In that. And that I attribute that to the council's proactive approach and getting out to the community, reaching out, going to events, meeting people, coming on shows like yours and a couple others on FATV, and going on the radio.
Social media.
And getting newspaper press.
Oh yeah, I saw the newspaper with the $34,028 worth of grants, and they put out the whole list of them. I like the list. The list was like 3 pages long.
Yeah.
That's how the 52 grant programs?
52 out of the 69 requests were awarded.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you want to talk about some programs?
Yeah, I want to talk about programs.
All right.
Let's see. What's first on the list? Ooh, First Night 2019? Is that?
Yes.
That happened.
That already happened.
happened.
Well, part of it already happened.
Because the lighting of the Farolitos.
Lighting of the Farolitos couldn't happen because of the weather.
That's happening again March 20th?
To the first day of spring.
March 20th?
Because March 20th.
Vernal equinox?
Yes, that is correct. They had to move it. They actually had to reschedule it 3 times.
Yes.
So
I'm glad they rescheduled it once because I wasn't going
Right.
on New Year's Eve. It was rainy and cold.
Right, and then they have it scheduled. They had it scheduled for this weekend, but it's going to be frigid cold, and won't really be a good time to.
What about speaking of this weekend? Is Winterfest on here?
Yes, Winterfest this Saturday.
Do we fund Winterfest?
We did fund Winterfest.
Now, what do we fund for Winterfest? There's a cardboard sled race.
Yep, we fund whatever programs, whatever part of the event that falls under
the story walk.
The story walk.
There's reading at the
there's music there. We would have contributed to that
music.
as well. Yes.
Yeah. Beers for Good.
Beers for Good is they're raising money for their charities.
Yeah. Well, they're raising all the funds for the Winterfest are going towards the accessible trail around Cogsall.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
They actually applied for CDBG funding too. All kinds of grants available.
Yeah, there are a lot of grants available for that sort of stuff.
The Blacksmith Art and Renaissance Festival.
Yes.
Last year we had horses and jousting.
And sword fighting.
And real armor.
Real armor, real swords, real fighting. You know, they're not killing each other, but it's for real.
They can, you know.
Yeah.
He says it hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think so.
David Gary, he's right in Fitchburg. He's part of the whole event.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have the real horses, right in downtown Fitchburg.
Yeah.
It's so cool, and so we're funding them.
Yes.
That's great.
Yep, we're
Good
funding
job,
them.
Cultural Council.
Thank you.
I approve.
We fund lots of music programs. So the concerts on the Common.
Concert every Wednesday night?
in the summers. The music during the farmers market.
Oh, that's great.
Which is every Thursday
In the
afternoon
summer,
on the Upper
every
Common.
Thursday in the Upper Common.
Yep.
And you can go to fitchburgfarmersmarket.org for more information on the website. And you can go to the Facebook, Fitchburg Farmers Market on Facebook.
Correct. The Fitchburg Military Band will be doing a concert that we supported this year.
Those are usually at Cogsall.
Usually. Yeah, I'm not sure what the venue is this year, but probably Cogsall. There are additional summer concerts at Cogsall that are the Friends of Cogsall Park put on, and we provided funding
It's
for
like
that.
4 times a year. They do it on Sunday.
Yeah. And one of the more exciting things I think this year is I've been calling it the Lots-a-Paloozas.
Lots-a-Palooza?
Lots-a-Paloozas, though. So the Parks and Recreation Department of the City of Fitchburg are putting together concerts called Paloozas that will happen at Riverfront Park for the specific purpose of
Like
raising funds.
Jazzapalooza?
Well, there's Mardi Gras Palooza.
Ooh, Mardi Gras Palooza
Yeah.
in February?
No,
When's
no,
Mardi Gras?
it'll be
Isn't it
this
in
summer.
February?
It'll be in the summer. All these concerts are in the summer.
Okay.
You don't want to have a Mardi Gras
No, I
concert
wouldn't
in February in
think so,
Fitchburg.
but
No.
okay. Continue.
Anyway, there's what was the other ones? There was the Latino Palooza.
Where are you looking at
And-
the Paloozas? Where are all these Paloozas? Oh, I see it. Latino Palooza.
Latino Palooza and
Latino-
Steampunk Palooza.
Steampunk Palooza.
I think the Steampunk Palooza is going to be the coolest one of all. There's a huge
I'm
steampunk
trying to think of my
following.
outfit.
I'm not sure if it's in this area, but
Gears,
it will
weird hats.
attract. Yeah, it'll attract many people from outside the region to come into Fitchburg and
Good.
really
People are
celebrate
really
it
into
is here.
steampunk. That's
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
So-
let's pull up some of these pictures that are popping up on the screen here.
Yeah, so I brought some
We have
different.
Riverfront Children's Theater. That's right up here. That's funded in here.
Yeah.
Sometimes my daughter loves to do that, although she doesn't really like direction. So.
Yeah, I brought some different pictures this year. The last season. Oh, there's
Well, what are
me.
you doing here?
I made a puppet with the Riverfront Children's Theater. That's my little witch
it's beautiful.
thing with a heart
It's
antenna.
beautiful,
Yes,
Joe.
thank you, thank you.
Oh, FATV.
But,
Did we fund FATV? No.
No, we did not. So there's a couple
more
of the children
puppets.
that were there that day I was there. And all the different cloths and embellishments and things you could do to make your own puppets.
And so who runs the puppet program?
Sally Cragen
Oh, okay. Is it a Riverfront
with the
Children's
Riverfront
Theater?
Children's Theater, yeah.
Oh, nice. What is
Yeah,
this?
And this is the part of the
Martin Luther
MLK
King?
exhibit from
The Hammond Gallery?
Kanisha puts that on with Breakthrough Silence and her
all right.
My
This
Care
was last
initiative.
year. So is Breakthrough Silence funded again?
Yes. Pretty sure. We'd have to check the list.
There's so
there's
many.
there's a lot.
There's so many.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh, this was,
Eddie Troxler has a jazz concert series.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And this
A
picture is
Jazzapalooza.
Drumazing.
Jazzapalooza.
Yes.
Oh, what's
the
this?
This is Drumazing.
Drumazing?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
It's a music program for the
Who
kids.
does this?
And
Is this at one of our public schools?
this is in one of our public schools.
Rheingold?
I'm not sure which one this one is. I actually didn't attend this event.
Ooh,
So then there's
Jerry Beck.
Actually, this isn't a project that was funded last year. We know him best for the world's largest paper airplane project,
Yes.
Project SOAR,
Yeah.
last year.
What's
But,
this one?
This is his truck that you might see driving around the city.
Mm-hmm.
But we funded him for the upcoming season to do poetry in public places.
Ooh,
exhibit.
okay.
So you may see signs
We saw
like this.
his book on the cover of the newspaper.
Yes.
Talking about poetry, his poetry.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh. Or,
Something.
good. There you go. You got it.
There's little 3-line poems
Yeah,
which are pretty
yeah.
neat. Yeah, so
Oh, and did
This is,
we fund this?
we
The choral-
we
create
did not fund
choral
this, but
read?
this is more of his messages that he does. These are the different things in his book,
Oh,
different
yeah.
poetry poems. You create my bottom line. I'm human is a bad defense. Interesting sayings there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so we're, aside from the music, we did,
Oh, and the Fitchburg
The
Art
block
Museum,
party.
84th Regional. You fund that. Fitchburg
right,
Cultural
and you
Council
were just
helps
talking
to
about that.
fund that.
that's correct.
Yes.
Yep. So we like the Fitchburg Art Museum. and what they do.
I like them too.
Yeah, they're nice. We're funding the decorations on Main Street the holiday season.
Big fan.
So am I.
Yeah.
And we did a couple of the New Players Theater Guild plays, help fund those.
Yeah.
Those have already passed, but we funded them.
Oh, so you can apply for funding for an event that's happened in the past.
Yes.
In the past, however many months.
Right, so grant season, the application period begins on October 1st, but you can apply for grant funding for any event that occurred from the prior July 1st.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of we do the grants by calendar year, but we fund by fiscal year. So there's like a year and a half period, so to speak. Yeah. It's too confusing really to explain on TV, but
there are grants available.
But there are grants available.
And you can use them for past events or future events.
Correct. And so, yeah, if we could talk a little bit about the process.
Sure, let's talk about the process. I love the process.
So I like to start kind of in the middle of the year. So in August, we hold a public input meeting. And it could be anywhere in the city, but it'll be a public place. The public is obviously invited. Last year we had it at the Fitchburg Historical Society.
And it was the biggest showing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a huge showing. I also attribute that to the efforts we've done to promote the Cultural Council, really made it visible. Plus we added in, we personally invited all our grantees from the prior season to come in and be a part of it and to share their experiences about the council.
That was a nice event.
Yeah, and listen and work with the public to have the public tell us what they want us to fund in the next grant season. And so we take that information and we put that onto our website, which we will show up on the screen at some point. On the Mass Cultural Council website.
Yep.
And the grant season, the grant application period opens up on September 1st. It's an online application. And it's
here's the useful links.
Yep, there's all the useful links.
You're on Instagram,
We're on Instagram, Facebook
group,
website. We have a discussion group. That's right.
Email.
Pretty much any way you want to find us, you can get us.
Or in person.
Or
on FATV.
Or on FATV, exactly. Yeah. So applications September 1st.
And then they close
on October 15th. One of the easiest grant applications I've ever seen. And I work for a public school that does lots of grant funding for research. And
yeah, that sounds more difficult.
It is very difficult.
Yeah, I've done it. It's an easy online application. Yep.
And then we spend the months of November and December reviewing all those applications and checking to see how they qualify against what the Cultural Council can fund and what the public wants us to fund.
And the Cultural Council can also kind of determine the parameters of a theme that you might want to fund too, right?
Well, the Cultural Council really has to go by what the public wants. So if the public wants a theme, that we will award for those types of themes.
Yep.
The Cultural Council itself can do its own projects, but we would have to raise our own money. And that's one of the goals that I wanted to set for the coming year. And,
is a Cultural Council event where you can raise some funds.
Our own and we can raise money.
And you can just add to the pot or do your own event.
Exactly.
There was a pop-up exhibition by the Fitchburg Cultural Council maybe 5 years ago at Destare.
Yes.
Back when it was Destare.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So one of the topics on our next meeting in February is actually to come up with some ideas on what sort of projects we want to kick off this year, because we do have some money that has been raised through different events, and maybe we can get something off this year. It would be really nice.
Yeah, I like that. All the more events, the better. Maybe it could be a palooza.
Maybe.
Culture Palooza?
I don't know.
And if you're interested in the Fitchburg Cultural Council and you just want to pop in and see what they're doing and ask questions and check it out, they meet monthly, usually on Tuesdays.
The third Tuesday of every month.
The third Tuesday every month at
4:30 to 5:30 p.m.
At the Fitchburg
We try to, we meet actually normally at Fitchburg State.
Oh, okay.
It could change from time to time. It depends on the bookings that are available. But we do post it publicly at the city clerk's office, on our Facebook page, on the website. And there should be no difficulty in finding out where we are when we meet.
And your meetings are all open to the public.
Correct.
So the public can come and sit back and listen and see what you're talking about.
That's correct.
And see what events are going on and just become more informed and involved.
Yes,
If you
exactly.
so choose.
And a lot of the members of the public who have come have eventually sought interest in joining the Cultural Council. And we are always adding new members. Every year we have to add new members.
Yep.
And if we're
Because the structure of the Cultural Council is you're a member for 3 years.
correct.
And then you could re-up for 3 years, but then you're out.
Then you have to be out for at least a year before you can come back.
Right. So you know you're constantly evolving the council.
Correct. And so there are different positions on the council. You know, the chair, the treasurer, the secretary. There's some other ones that we could fill over the course of time. And when we like to bring in members on a certain schedule so that we can, you know, train the next person in line to take the baton, so to
Yeah.
speak, at the end of the
And
term.
you also have a student representative from the high school,
Yes, we have
which is the perfect collaboration with everything that's going on with the high school, with the cultural community in Fitchburg.
Right. During the time that I've been chair, one of my main focus has been to expand the diversity of the council. And we have representations from nearly every segment of the population in Fitchburg. And you know, I'm really proud of the work that we've been able to do on that.
That's great. Yeah, I think that the Human Rights Council in Fitchburg, that was one of their their big pushes a few years ago, saying that they would like to see more diversity on all our councils in
Right.
Fitchburg.
I think that's
and
very
so
important.
that's a great goal.
Yeah.
Because the diversity of Fitchburg, you know, we're a diverse city, but sometimes our councils, you know, kind of look white and male. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So having more people of different backgrounds, it always helps add to every conversation.
Right. And so with our new members coming, we've now diversified. Now what I want is to upgrade the skill sets, so to speak. So as we mature as
You need a
an
social media
organization, we need a
person.
social media
You need
person.
a
We need people who know how to do
Great
fundraising.
person. You need
and-
the numbers person.
Yeah, someone who's good with numbers can
The
be
events person.
and an events coordinator. We really like working artists, other people that have computer skills, and things such as that. Yeah,
So if you're looking for a project, talk to Joe Bowen.
that's it.
He can keep you busy.
Even if it's not related to the Cultural Council, I can find something
There's
for you to
always-
do to support the city,
There's always something going on
my
in the
favorite
city
subject.
of Fitchburg.
right?
Okay, let's talk about another. I want to talk about another event.
Okay.
What else do we got? Let's see. Oh, so you fund like St. Bernard's Elementary School is funding a field trip to the Hanover.
Yes,
That's your school.
That's right.
Any school in Fitchburg, any public
school.
school, any private school, any entity in Fitchburg, you want to take your kids to a theater event, a science event, you can apply for funding to the
That's
Fitchburg
right.
Cultural Council.
that's right.
In addition to that, there's also the $300 a year school bus grant.
Correct. There is a school bus grant available from the
That's
Mass
from the
Cultural Council.
state.
Correct. It's not from the Fitchburg Local Cultural Council. There's an event this July. It's a dual community event, Lunenburg and Fitchburg, for the LGBT community conversation of Pride.
Oh yes, the No Woe Co Pride.
Yes.
Yes, and that's going to be Riverfront Park.
That is at Riverfront Park, correct.
Nice.
And the day in Fitchburg is going to be there, and Lunenburg it's going to be on their common.
What's happening in Lunenburg?
I'm not clear on that.
I like it.
We were, as a Fitchburg
It sounds
Cultural Council, we were more
fabulous.
focused on what they're doing in Fitchburg. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. They're having a winter gala coming up.
Oh, are they?
Yes.
Oh, I hadn't
Yes,
heard
if you
that
go
yet.
to the No Woe Co Pride Facebook page, then you can see everything that they're doing there. And that stands for North Worcester County Pride, because there's a Worcester Pride.
Right.
Yeah.
So there is one project that I wanted to bring up that I thought was really fun. Is something called the Caterpillar Lab.
Caterpillar Lab.
Yes, the
Where's that?
North County Land Trust is going to be going to the Fitchburg Public Library with a caterpillar
Okay.
lab, like
Like real caterpillars.
Yeah.
That you can touch?
I'm not sure if you can touch them. I don't know the full details about it, but it's the North County Land Trust, so it's going to be really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
How about any of their owl prowls or anything? Did they do any of that? Any
They didn't ask for
those?
any funding for that for this year, but I'm certain that they will continue to have that. They still have their weekly Wednesday walks that they do.
Oh,
up
at
on
Crocker
the
Conservation.
Crocker Conservation. That's
If you
correct.
go to the North County Land Trust Facebook page, then you can see all the things that they're doing there. They have all kinds of events. They have an owl prowl where 60 people are walking through the woods and it's silent because someone's making owl noises and you're waiting to hear it back. I've never heard a group of 60 people be so quiet.
No, I know.
It's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
Another project which I thought was really great is the Historical Society we funded them to create a brochure of the memorials and monuments on Main Street. So it's a walking tour
Brilliant.
that you could walk around downtown and learn about all the different monuments that are there and why they're there, their significance.
That's great. Is it
Yeah.
only a paper brochure or is it also online?
It is paper,
Yeah.
but I believe it's going to be in 2 languages.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of stuff going on in Fitchburg. There's all kinds of events, and a lot of this is thanks to the Fitchburg Cultural Council, which gets its funding from the Massachusetts Cultural Council.
Correct.
Yeah. So, all these. What is the economic impact of these events? Do you have a statistic on that? I know you like your numbers.
Yeah, I know. I hadn't sat down to actually figure out economically what that is.
These small dollars can, draw a big crowd.
The people that come to these aren't just residents of Fitchburg.
Right.
They come from all over, and they're going to shop in our stores and then eat in our restaurants and partake of the entertainment and support the vendors that might be working there.
Yeah.
as
Arts
well.
and culture is its own economic engine in Fitchburg.
It really is, especially with the events that happen right downtown, because there's more to do downtown than a lot of people think. And what are you going to do before the concert or the Palooza or something? You can go hang out at Strong Style Coffee, or maybe take the family bowling, before an event.
Putnam, at the second oldest candlepin bowling alley in the country.
Right.
Putnam Street Lanes.
Right. Or a group of friends can go and try one of the Curious Escape Rooms.
Oh yes, there are 2 Curious Escape Rooms.
And before I forget, I don't know how we're doing on time, but
we have 2 minutes.
Okay, good. So one of the grants we funded was put on by the owner, requested by the owner of Curious Escape Rooms.
Oh, I saw that
Audrey.
community bulletin
We're going to do a
board?
community bulletin board
What's
right
she doing?
downtown.
I love it.
The goal of it is for it to have one side be a map of the downtown
Beautiful.
area, so people could go and see what's in the downtown, and the other side would be like a community bulletin board, so different events and things that might be
Flyers and
happening,
stuff?
flyers or whatever. I'm not sure really how it's going to be constructed to make it weatherproof and that sort of thing, but it's going to be topped with something fun and artsy.
I like fun and artsy.
Yeah.
And I like community bulletin boards.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yep.
That was a good choice.
Thank
Good job, Fitchburg Cultural Council.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
good job, Audrey at Curious Escape Rooms.
Yep.
She's fabulous.
Yeah, and then the last thing maybe we could mention is Tatiana Cobb is doing a international youth
UNESCO
project to try to get a bunch of
For the
our
UN
students to
trip.
go down to the UN.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that. I love that plan.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that'll
really
be-
love that plan.
She's talking about March.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. So,
Something global actions.
yes. Oh, global dimensions with local actions.
Global
is what it's
dimensions
called.
with local actions.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and Tatiana, she moved here fairly recent.
Yes.
Member to Fitchburg, and she's already done so much.
She has.
And she
She's
plans
really,
on doing so much more.
I know.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's everyone at home. Fitchburg Cultural Council, you can go right to their Facebook page. You can go to the website, and you can actually go to the website on Mass Cultural Council website and click to the Fitchburg link. You can see every event that's happening. You can go right on Facebook. You can go to the Fitchburg Cultural Council Facebook page, Community of Fitchburg Facebook page, all kinds of events happening in the city of Fitchburg. You can go to fitchburgmass.org and see the community calendar and see every event that's happening there. It's never ending. Thank you,
true.
Joe Bowen, Chair
Thank you,
of the
Sam.
Fitchburg Cultural Council, for coming on and telling us everything that's happening in Fitchburg. We'll talk to you next year if everything else is going on, all right?
Absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much for watching Discussing Fitchburg Now. We'll see you next time.